Oh, really? We'll see about that, won't we?
Yeah.
Slap that stupid look up your face. Yeah.
That's it, we're good.
Oh, no, we're not.
What's up, everybody? My name is Phoenix Carnevale, and welcome to Everything Martial Arts. And I'm happy to say that right now I'm in New York City, and I'm about to head into Madison Square Garden for the UFC Scrum, or press conference. I just found out what the word Scrum means just a couple seconds ago, thanks to our cameraman. But we're going to head into the press conference for UFC 159, that is Jon Jones versus Chael Sonnen, two guys that I totally adore. I'm going to get to talk to them, I'm going to get to talk to Dana and everybody else on the fight card, so check it out.
I mean, lately I've been fighting Chael Sonnen, Wanagiel Evans, Vito Belfort, you know, Brian Stans, people like that. He's been fighting, you know, Kendall Grove tapped him out. He's been fighting, yeah, who else? Yushin Okami, you know, who's a very good opponent, but beat him twice. And he wasn't even in the fight, not even for a second against Yushin Okami. He's a tough guy, of course. You know, he's fought in the UFC for 6 years, and I'm expecting a tough challenge. I just believe I fought the better competition. I think my skills are better, and I'm going to win the fight.
Hey guys, I have the absolute pleasure to be here, UFC 159 press conference with Chael Sonnen. Now, I'm super excited because I'm a really, really big fan. And you know, you played a little trick on me on April Fool's Day.
What did I do?
We went back and forth on Twitter because I thought that BJ Penn wrote that thing that he was taking over for Jon Jones because Jon was injured, and I had a heart attack.
Do you have a show?
Yeah, I do.
I saw you 2 nights ago. I saw you on a dummy with no arms, showing elbow.
Yes.
You were very good.
Thank you.
You were outstanding. You said something to the guy. You were so good the way you rolled with it. You go, well, it'd be a little bit taller. In fact, aren't you 6'4"? Well, you'd be about your height. You just flowed with you. I was very impressed with you. I have an eye for talent, and I saw that show. I'm glad I got to meet you.
Since we bought the UFC and started taking this thing all over the world, it's big everywhere. And going back to the politician Kruger, I mean, this is the new martial art. This is what children are taking. This is what women are taking all over the world. Men, women, children. It's not going anywhere. It's not.
You are one of those people that understands that this is a show and that it is, you know, still lights, camera, action, but I call it like an improv show. Except instead of telling jokes, you're punching and kicking each other.
What was the quote you said Bruce Lee gave?
A good fight is like a small play, played seriously.
But played seriously. You said that on the show.
Yeah, I said that on the show.
So I want you to know I watched it. I don't want you to think I said I watched it. I want you to know I actually did.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you were great.
But that's...
Wish I could say the same for your co-hosts.
Oh, you didn't like them?
No, they were good too.
No, they were really good. You were on the show
They were excellent.
before.
I'm just being honoring.
If Bisping is able to get under my skin at all, it's not going to be good for him, because the more emotional, the more the pressure, the more nervous I am, the better I compete. Yeah, man, it just kind of rolls off my shoulder, rolls off my back, and I just kind of let it go.
I really liked the fact that you know how to put on a performance. You know, where did that come from?
Well, you know, here's the thing. What I believe in is that you should be very honest. And, you know, I hear people call me a trash talker, and I always push back and go, that's not true. I talk truth. If you ask me a question, I will answer you honestly. And if I don't mean it, I won't say it. And, you know, Jon Jones turns out to be a really nice guy. He turns out to be funny. He cares about his family. He's got I'm a pet guy. He cares about his animals. So I like him.
Yeah.
And people come to me and act as though I should manufacture conflict. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to do it. I will never be part in selling something fraudulently. I've bought enough fights fraudulently from scumbags like Mike Tyson, who then come out and go, oh, I was just trying to sell the fight. Well, then give me my money back. You lied to me. I'm not going to lie to the people. I'm not going to lie to anybody, and I'm not going to lie about my opponent. He's a good guy.
But
he's not as good of a fighter as me. He's not me. He's not as handsome as me. He hasn't whipped as many men as me. He doesn't have as many national championships as me. He didn't win as many state titles, have as many college scholarship offers as I do. He's not going to beat me Saturday night. I'm going to beat him. But it doesn't mean he's not a nice guy.
You know, he wants to see me do big things for MMA and Nike. It's going to be great. I want to continue to try to be the guy to do that and really explode where, you know, MMA fighters being sponsored by Nike won't be a taboo thing in the future. You know, I want to get the executives to invest several more million in the Nike brand in the future. In their MMA department in the future and make it like huge for everybody. You know what I mean?
So how do you find the motivation to fight? Because obviously, if it's a nice guy, it's not about fighting the guy; it's about the competition.
Yeah, it's about competition. Even if you don't like the guy, the only time that's helpful, in my experience, is in the gym. When you don't want to go to practice and you got to show up anyway. That's when that comes in handy. It's not on Saturday night. On Saturday night, you want to get in the best frame of mind as you can, and being calm in many ways, at least in that aspect. You don't want that adrenaline dump, and you don't want that animosity coming around. You want to go out, take care of business, and it drives for motivation. But motivation doesn't help you Saturday night. Motivation's for the gym.
First of all, just getting into New York, doing an event in New York is huge. You know, if you look at all the things that we've accomplished over the last 13 years and you know, a lot of the milestones, going into the Garden's a big deal. You know what I mean? It's a big deal holding an event here, holding an event in this city. You know, I mean, that means more to us than what's it going to mean to the bottom line. I mean, we can do fights anywhere in the world. We do. We go everywhere. I mean, at the end of the day, is our business going to be affected by not being in New York? No. It doesn't affect our business one bit. But we'd like to do a fight in the Garden.
Since you've had so many fights and you've had so many experience, how have you seen Chael Sonnen evolve from when you first started fighting to like this huge championship fight right now?
Well, you know, and I haven't really evolved, but the sport has. Okay. You know, I get to meet fine people like you with a nice, big, expensive camera. Whereas when I first started, you'd get a phone call, there'd be some website, maybe, you know, you do an hour-long interview, maybe you'd see it. You know, the publication was so small and the sport was so small, so the sport's grown, and I've been fortunate enough to stay along. You know, I've been asked a few times today, are you going to retire after this fight? And, you know, not just if John wins, but if I win, you know, are you going to walk away after this? And it's like, no. But I've been asked that for about a year now. I'm to that age. I'm 36 years old, so I'm to that age where I'm just going to get hit with that question. Yeah. And I don't have a good answer for it other than, no, I'm not.
Because the desire is still there.
Yeah, but a part of the desire is, I want to see where the sport goes. The sport has grown so quickly. This is the point I'm trying to make. It's grown so quickly. I don't want to leave because where's Dana White going to take it a year from now?
Yeah.
I want to be part of that. Where's he going to take it 5 years from now? I mean, it's going to be somewhere that you and I aren't even envisioning.
Well, we know New York is coming soon, so
yeah.
That's really fantastic.
Yeah, it certainly should be.
Usually with like jiu-jitsu, it's more of a time essence. It's like you kind of breaking the opponent down and you're trying to, and you just wear, and then you finally, you know, like there was no time limits. Jiu-jitsu is a really good, you know, negator for a lot of things. But the thing is you got either 15 or 25 minutes, and just being honest, knocking somebody out is so much easier than like wrestling and doing, you know, jiu-jitsu. Like, I love that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still do it to this day. But knocking somebody out, fans love it. You don't hear a lot of boos when you're hugging somebody. You know, when you hit somebody in the face, they're like, ooh, ah, no, boo. So I think I kind of more played to the fans.
I read somewhere that you had promised your father that you would one day be a champion, and that was the one thing that you felt was still missing in your career. Is that a motivation that you think about every single day? Like, how often is that in your life?
That's the only promise I made him that I didn't keep, and it wasn't just a champion, it was the UFC light heavyweight champion. I was willing to convert that to whip Anderson Silva's ass. I'm sure my dad would have accepted the middleweight championship, but I'm going to make it right this weekend.
Well, Chael, thank you so much for sitting down with me and for all your
words. It's a pleasure. I'm really happy I got to meet you. I just saw you on TV.
Too.
I feel like I'm sitting next to a celebrity here.
That's so sweet. All right, awesome. Best of luck. Best of luck this weekend.
You know, the UFC will go into places like Rochester and Buffalo and Syracuse. And we're not just going to come to New York City and come to the Garden. We're going to go all over this state, and it would be huge. It would be a huge economic impact.